Welcome once more to PDT. Professor D here, your host. So in this class, we shall be going through the perfect entry. Please note that this perfect entry is based on technical analysis and it's more effective if you combine them with other analysis I will as well give you. Right. So to understand the perfect entry alone, you want to set your RSI at the levels 80s and 20s. That means you want your style to be 80, your upper band to be 80, your lower band to be 20. You want your input to be length 14 and the source is close. What you are interested in the perfect entry is when market is overbought or oversold. That means if market is overbought, when market is around the 80s, when market hits the 80s on the RSI, for example here, when market hits the 80, for example here, or when market is oversold, market hits the 20s on the RSI, the market is here. Note the next, when market is overbought, it means we are not looking to buy because the market is already overbought. It does not mean you should sell, but you are not getting into a buy at this moment. And when market is oversold, it means we are not looking to sell. It does not mean we should buy, but we are not looking to sell. So first things first, in this case, when market is overbought, first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you have market's previous level right now. So we can all assume that market is currently around this area. We're on US 30 1 minute time frame. So your next step, the next step you want to do is you want to check. This is a 1 minute time frame. Now, how is the market looking like in the long run, right? You want to check the next time frame, that is the 5 minutes time frame. You want to check the 5 minutes time frame and see, this is where we are right now. You want to check the 5 minutes time frame to check if the RSI is as well overbought, right? Or if there is still a lot of space for the market to buy. In this case, there is technically at this present time, note that we marked the market here. At this present time, the RSI is at level 75 and still has about 4.8 strength to buy to the 80s, right? And you can just check as well one more time on the 15 minutes time frame. The higher the time frame, the further you can analyze in the future, right? When you're analyzing based on the 1 minute time frame, you can't really tell what's going to happen in the long run. If you want to know what is going to happen in the long run, you need to take higher time frames, and that is exactly what we are doing. So you see that based on a 15 minutes time frame, the market is around the normal level. It's around the middle at 60, meaning this market has this amount of space to keep buying, right? Based on a 15 minutes time frame, that means maybe in the next 15, 30, like in the next 1 hour and a half, this market might be in the buy, right? Might have enough because it has enough space. But at this moment, based on the 1 minute time frame, right? This is the point. Simple. This is it. Just give me a minute. Let me delete all the rest. So we are here. So based on this, good. In this case, we want to check for market's previous resistance. In this case, because we want to sell. So we want to know where could market reject. See this resistance? So I just put a resistance here, draw a resistance line, a resistant line, and say, okay, great. This would be my entry. This is because the market is way overbought, right? So there are two things here. You can either execute the trade at this price level, buy, you can put your sell limit at price level this, market comes here, activates for a sell, you run in red, you run in profit, most likely hit your profit, right? This will be the way you should execute the trade. So once more, I repeat, market is at this level, check higher time frames to see if there is still space to buy or if everything is overbought. In case the 1 minute is overbought, 5 minutes is overbought, 15 minutes is overbought, 30 minutes, 1 hour, and even the rest are overbought or almost high. That means if the 15 and 30 minutes are as well overbought, that the higher time frames are as well this high, you can as well execute your trade for a sell, right? Now, the next case is if the market on the 1 minute time frame is overbought here, and on the 5 minutes time frame, it's somewhere down here, the market will most likely definitely sell, right? Even though you have this amount of space that was just, I don't know, I'll call it a quick movement, a fast movement, creating space. Market is taking a very short break to create space, to gather strength, to keep selling. Keep that in mind. One, you either put your support and resistance in case you want to sell. It could be a resistance. You check the market previous structure, you check the higher time frames, and you execute your sell. If everything is d'accord, you trade your sell. Or when you notice that the market is overbought on the 1 minute time frame, in this case US 30, and on the next time frame, the market is way low. The strength is way low. That means it's not really overbought. You could as well execute the trade. It also means if the market is overbought on the 5 minutes time frame and on the 15 minutes time frame, the market is somewhere down here, you can as well, the market would most likely as well sell, right? So example to a sell. This is the example to a sell. Market hits our interest point at this level. Great. So this candle will most likely call it, right? Let's check. This will be this, right? Exactly. When this candle is done, 1 minute. When this candle is done, we've crossed, and maybe you set your alert activities at this moment. So what are you interested in right now? You're interested for a sell because right now you are looking to buy. You don't want to sell. You're looking to buy. So what you do is you go and check market's previous structure. Rejections. I will put this here, right? Are we d'accord? Yes. Another interesting one is here, right? Great. Yeah. Okay, we noticed that actually right now, this zone is what some people call a key zone. Something pretty interesting is happening here, right? Something pretty interesting, here rejection, here consolidation, just playing around. So this is a key zone. So most likely market might drop to this key zone and reject. So what is the next step? That is your first, right? That means you put your buy limit here. So to get more confirmation, what you could do is you check on the higher time frame. One, if it's as well really low, the market might buy again. Sorry, market might sell again until your next minimum, which should be the 5, will be as well oversold. Or in case the market is somewhere here on 5 minutes time frame, not really that low, you can as well execute directly for a buy, right? Let's check that out. So this is it. So great. You see. So in this case, you would be assuming that great on the 5 minutes time frame, there is still enough space to sell. So is this space which you have here to sell equivalent to maybe this, right? Maybe this. You might not be able to understand that right now because I've not taught the strength of the RSI. That means the power in which the RSI moves. You could actually, when I teach that and you've you've watched the video, you might as well understand, and you might well understand that and maybe become better in your entries, right? So understand the strength of the RSI. So that said, in this case, you would target your buy here, right? In this key level, That said, the buy was activated and it ran in profit. So let's check that out. Sorry, there. In this case, we should have executed a trade here. I could have gotten active there, and we run, right? Active. So one more example, and we go to the next. One more example is here, this key level right here. So market is overbought here, sorry, oversold here. In this case, this market's price, we are looking for the next rejection. Okay, we notice all the key levels here. This is market price right here. So the price of the market is somewhere here. That's where market is bouncing. And we notice all the key levels here. One, we notice another very interesting one there. And we notice actually this whole area here. It's a key zone, right? Key zone. That means, you see, this is where market is. These are the two key levels you placed. So you might as well set your buy stop here, sorry, buy limit here, or at this price level. If you set it here, it would have as well activated, right? It kept selling, but the RSI was increasing. What this means is going to be taught in another lesson. So in that case, trade activated here, hit profit and great, right? That is it. If you have any questions, kindly contact me. My contact details are below. This technique is really simple, not the most accurate, because if you really want to be really accurate in this, to be able to foresee such things and not get into such huge red, because some people might execute the trade already here. Oh, good, the market is overbought, sorry, oversold, let me buy. And oh, I'm buying and buying, and right now you're right. So in that case, to understand that you might not have entered the trade here, to understand all what's happening here, you have to combine a perfect entry with what I also call consolidation and market behaving very interesting. That is, either the market is consolidating and the RSI is dropping, or buying, or the RSI is consolidating and market is buying or selling, which is the case here. So if you have any question, kindly contact me. This class is very simple. Always keep in mind that you don't just use the perfect entry alone and execute your trade. You should combine it with other technical tools. And also keep in mind that this is pure technical analysis. You don't want to do this during market openings, during news release. You want to do this when news has been released, the market is open, and market is just moving based on retail traders. Thank you very much, and see you in the next class.